Expedition Texas is a show about places. The locations we visit are the stars of our show. But sometimes a person we meet steals the spotlight, and the place takes on the personality of that person. That's what happened several years ago when we visited Luckenbach, Texas, and met Virgil Holdman. This week, we're headed back to Luckenbach to get an update on that legendary location and our friend Virgil.
Texas is full of lost history, from lost cemeteries to abandoned buildings, from the infamous to the obscure. Hitch a ride and travel across the Lone Star State, looking for hints of Texas' colorful past, our lost history. This is Expedition Texas, and we're gonna find it.
Several years ago, we ventured down the little winding road that leads to the legendary Luckenbach, Texas. The first time we visited, we met Virgil Holdman, known as the Store Man. He took us around Luckenbach and told us everything there was to know about that little spot in Texas.
They come out here, they stop right here and get their picture taken right up here in front of the old general store.
Wow, it's got people have written all over it.
Yeah, we don't really encourage the writing on it, but you can see from the sign here, this store is like an antique rocker. Relax and enjoy it. Please don't ride on her.
And they
wrote all over it.
And then there's that laugh. Virgil's laugh is worth the trip to Luckenbach all on its own.
This is the old general store. And
Hi, y'all.
We still have some general store products that we keep in the museum part of it.
Yeah.
I've got that corset medium, but I'm wearing it right now. This is a Himalayan possum.
Oh, wow.
I found him laying in the road.
Really?
This is the old post office, this shelf right here.
Oh, cool.
Now the white line on the floor.
Yeah.
That was the line for the post office. You don't drink on this side of the white line. You can drink on this side of the
You can drink on this side of the line.
Exactly.
We're on the right side of the line right
all
now.
All post office should have a beer joint. That way, nobody goes postal.
Y'all come to this side of the line. It's more fun over here.
Yeah. Y'all come right on ahead. Welcome. Glad to have y'all. Now, this is actually my department.
Okay. No, looky there.
I run the nut department. I'm a little overqualified, but they were okay with that. Howdy. And the back part back here is the bar part of Luckenbach. And there's a lot of history in the bar by pictures and
there's people that have been here.
Yes,
Yes.
a lot of people have been here in pictures. That's Jimmy Lee Jones.
Okay.
This is Hondo. This is Hondo and Tex Schofield. One of the Willie Nelson picnics, I believe the '98 picnic.
Wow.
And that's the crowd in Luckenbach.
Now we're headed back to see Virgil and spend some time in Luckenbach, catching up with the good old Store Man.
Oh, hey, Virgil, man, how you been?
Hey, Bob.
That's not your
Just the new me.
Oh, man.
They replaced me. They said it's cheaper and quieter. It doesn't laugh as well, though.
No, that thing doesn't make any noise.
It's awesome to see you again.
It's awesome to see you, man. This is so cool. It's Virgil's day of going into the Hondo Hall of Somebody's.
Yes, sir.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, let's go on into the dance hall and have a talk, man. We got some catching up to do.
You betcha. It's been nearly 2 years now I was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer.
traveled back to Luckenbach, Texas for a visit with Virgil Holdman, known as Storan. We first visited Virgil several years ago when we first traveled to tell the story of this tiny Texas town.
Some of these live oak trees that are over here are anywhere from 150 to 300 years old.
Wow.
There's a cypress tree right over here we'll go by that hundreds of people get married in front of. We hold so many weddings out here, and to my knowledge, we haven't had a divorce.
No divorces out here?
Yeah, we did all weddings so far.
Okay, good.
So that's a pretty good deal.
It's a good track record.
Yeah.
Now we're back in Luckenbach, and with time, Virgil has faced some health challenges, so today the whole town is celebrating with the old store man. Folks have traveled from all over just to shake his hand and hug his neck.
Well, Virgil, it's been a while since we've been here in Luckenbach, Texas, 6 or 7 years. What's been going on at Luckenbach since we came last?
Well, you know, we've had a lot of changes. Of course, we went through the pandemic and stuff, which, slowed us down a little bit. But it actually has worked out great for us. The area has grown so much, we turned the warehouse into an apparel store.
Really?
And it's really nice. You can see it on the other side of the building in a bit. It's an amazing store. Of course, we're sharing Luckenbach with more people now than ever before. And the old general store got turned back into a general store. Coffee mugs and spices and jams and jellies and sauces from the area. And we've got to really expand our merchandise. And the shows have been going great. The people are coming. It's been a lot of fun, and all in all, a blessing to us.
Well, sounds like a lot of fun lined up for today, but life hasn't been too terribly fun for Virgil here lately, and I kind of want to shift a little bit and talk about what's been going on with you. There's been some changes since we saw you last.
Well, it's been nearly 2 years now. I was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. They took out a tumor out of my colon, which worked out, but the cancer had spread. So I've had to start taking cancer treatments. I've been taking chemo since a year ago, last October. And I've actually worked through it pretty well. Every weekend I can be here, I'm here. The staff, the owners here at Luckenbach, I have a lifetime job. Any weekend I feel like being here and playing with folks, I can come play with folks. And that's really good for my head and my heart. But I tell the folks at Texas Oncology when I go in there that I was sent there for a purpose too. And I do the same thing there that I do here. I try to reach and touch the people. And to me, this time is blessed time. So many people don't have time to settle any affairs. They pass immediately. So yeah, my check engine light's on, but that doesn't mean I've got to quit living. I figure that my faith in God, He knows when I'm going to pass, and that'll be His business. And how I live this time, this is going to be my business. And I'm going to live it like Virgil. You know, I'm going to be Virgil every day I've got. And this part of life is still a blessing to me, illness or not.
So there's more people arriving, and the picnic tables are filling up. Let's get out there and have some fun. Let's go.
I think it's a good idea.
All right, let's go.
It's Virgil Holdman Day in Luckenbach. When we come back, Virgil will show us what has changed since our last visit to Luckenbach. And we might learn a thing or two about moseying.
Gotta go slow about it. You gotta take in everything around you when you're moseying.
We're in Luckenbach, Texas, visiting with Virgil Holdman. We first met Virgil several years ago, the first time we visited Luckenbach.
You've got quite the collection of posters and articles and all kinds of good stuff in here.
Yeah, there's just a lot of the history spread out in the office here in the egg house, we call it. They used to sort the eggs in here for the egg route as to grading the eggs, you know. So we have a lot of the history in here, a lot of the posters, a lot of the articles.
Now we're back with Virgil, ready to see some things that have changed since the last time we visited, and maybe learn how to mosey.
Yeah, you know, after Jerry Jeff passed, his wife and son, and of course they were very good friends with Hondo's family, we put on a big concert and raised the money for this bronze. We had Emmylou Harris, Rodney Crowell, Michael Martin Murphy, Stoney, Steve Earls. I mean, it was an amazing big concert. And the same guy that done all the bronzes in Austin at ACL and stuff, he done these. Hondo and Jerry Jeff will be forever visiting right here by Luckenbach.
I love
You
that.
know, it was their relationship that really brought outlaw country music to Luckenbach.
Great stories out here, man. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing like moseying around Luckenbach.
That's it.
Yeah. And I understand that part of today's festivities is a moseying contest.
Yes.
How do we? I've used the word mosey for a really long time, but how do you properly mosey, Virgil? Let's see if we can get that
you know,
down.
I think Walter Brennan was probably the best in the real McCoys.
Okay.
When
All
he
right.
was Grandpa McCoy. You know, you just kind of gotta go slow about it. You gotta take in everything around you when you're moseying.
All right.
And
You have time to look around.
yeah. Well, you don't miss nothing that way.
All right.
Yeah. And if you're on the clock,
Yeah.
you can draw a pretty good paycheck from here to the other side of the building.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Virgil, there's an old hat contest today. What exactly does that entail?
Well, the oldest race you've been farming, riding a tractor hat. You know, top deal. We've done one before. The hat shop's a big part of
Yeah.
Luckenbach. You know,
Well, all these
people
hats look
come
good.
people come from all around the world, and they end up getting a cowboy hat. But an old ragged, I've been farming and riding the tractor style hat
Yeah.
would be an old ragged hat.
Well, this actually has a price tag on it, so you can get
You can buy an old ragged hat ahead of time. Yeah.
Really? Hey, you can have an edge if you stop by the hat shop today before the old hat contest. Out here.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Of course, you know, authentic is always better. If it's your sweat that's
Yeah.
worn into the hat, it's
Well,
always better.
and if you got time to wear one out.
Yeah. So plan on it. Spend about 20 years in your hat and come on out here.
And
Right?
come on out. You bet.
That's cool. The old hat contest, another fun thing today.
Yeah, Bob, that cat right there, she was a little kitten, and I was sweeping the front porch. That's Miss Kitty. And I heard something, and I looked under one of the benches on the front porch, and she was about that big. Yeah, she's just a little cat. Now, she's the supervisor. She's the head of all the rest of the cats that have all rescued us.
She's not supervising, though.
Well, yeah, she's got her good eye on things. Nothing better.
And Billy Joe Shaver said, that's good. The fellow that made this knew what he was doing.
That's right. Great Billy Joe Schaefer story. I was over going to help them at Floor's General Store
Yeah.
for the Billy Joe Schaefer show.
Yeah.
Well, Billy Joe Schaefer never was one of them guys to hide from the fans.
Yeah.
He's out walking around 2 hours before the show,
Yeah.
hugging, shaking hands.
Yeah.
Well, I was over there helping them, and I told them when I came over, I said, my son's in high school.
Yeah.
I said, but I got to bring him with me. And they said, no problem. But when I get over there, Billy Joe Schaefer grabs up my son, and him and my son shoot pool all the way till time of the show. You're talking about a great memory for my
Oh,
son.
yeah,
He gets to
yeah.
tell people, oh yeah, Billy Joe Schaefer and I were good friends.
Yeah.
Woo, that's a close contest right here.
A small town feeling that's just close enough to the big city is part of what makes Giddings, Texas this week's Expedition Texas Spotlight City.
Giddings is a railroad town. It was founded in 1871. The railroad came through here. It was going from Washington County all the way to Austin, and at that time this area was a portion of Washington, Bastrop, Fayette, and Burleson County. And so the guys over in Washington County, the Giddings brothers, they are the ones who helped finance the railroad to come through here.
The city got its name from the Giddings brothers and its prominence from the railroad that they helped bring to town. At one time, the city had 3 operating depots serving the various needs of the town. As the railroad industry fizzled somewhat, Giddings found other ways to keep buzzing through the years, and also helped raise a pretty big name in the world of baseball.
So one of our famous city sons is Hilton Lee Smith. He was born in Giddings, Texas. He was a baseball player. He played in the Negro Leagues. He played with Satchel Paige, and he was inducted into the Negro League Hall of Fame.
These days, Giddings is home to over 30 restaurants offering a variety of tasty foods. In the library where the Hilton Lee Smith exhibit is located, you can also see a world-class collection of arrowheads. And if you know where to look, a variety of murals around town.
There were murals that were painted, and we have one of Otis Dozier's beautiful murals in our U.S. Post Office. During the Depression, they were keeping people busy, and so that was one of the ways they did that.
And you'll have no trouble keeping busy when you visit Giddings, Texas, the city of hometown hospitality, and this week's Expedition Texas Spotlight City. We're in Luckenbach, Texas, visiting with Virgil Holdman on his big day. Part of the festivities include several Virgil-themed games. Among those, a contest where folks can compete to see who has the best Virgil laugh.
True story. All right, I need you to laugh, Virgil.
On cue.
I can't laugh on cue. I don't know. There's nothing funny.
Has anybody got a mirror?
Anybody? Yeah, that'll make you laugh.
There it is.
Oh, you bet.
All right, first contestant is
Kinley.
Kinley.
All right, get on up there.
Good job.
Yeah, next.
Caden Brown.
Caden.
All right, Caden. There's your nephew.
Miss Robin Darling. John Graham.
Woo, that's a close contest right here.
I know that there's probably going to be a time where you don't feel like coming back out here.
Yeah.
What will you miss most about Luckenbach, Texas?
The people. The staff is a family.
Yeah.
We're not co-workers, we're family. But the people. Touching and being with the people that come out here, sharing the history, rich in Texas history. We do one of the best Texas Independence Days every year with the Texas Rangers. And it's those things that I'll miss the most is just enjoying the folks that are coming through the gate.
When we were here and we spent the day with you before, there's a spirit about this place, and you're part of that now and forever.
Yeah.
Like Hondo.
Yeah.
You're a part of that now and forever. And when I think of our time that we spent with you here, walking around, getting to know the place, the jokes, the laughter, all of that, you're now embedded in the spirit of Luckenbach, and you're always going to be a part of it. I love that.
That's awesome.
Well, Virgil, you'd think that there was absolutely nothing wrong, man. You still got it. I mean, we've been out here trying to keep up with you, and you are still the store, man, you are still the ambassador of Luckenbach, Texas, and it's so cool to see you again, man.
Well, it's been awesome to get to be with you again, and I'm going to tell you, my energy comes and feeds off all them people out there. I feel like every ounce of love I've ever dished out in Luckenbach, Texas, has came right back to me today.
There's so many people out here. We've seen so many people come in here and hug your neck and say hi and share stories with us about you. How does it feel, man, to see this turnout to come out here and honor you today?
Well, it's very humbling, but like I said, it feels like everything I've ever done for folks is coming back at me 90 miles an hour, and I love them.
Well,
I love them.
We love you, man.
And I love you too.
We appreciate
And thank you for coming out today. God bless you.
Thanks for hanging out with us, man.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Y'all come see Virgil at Luckenbach, okay? Virgil Holdman, in the spirit of the original Mr. Luckenbach, Hondo Crouch, keeps an eye on things in Luckenbach when he can. As Virgil fights for his health, there are good days and bad days, but the best days are the days where he can greet the visitors at Luckenbach, Texas. Thanks, Virgil. Down the road, there's another lost legend waiting to be discovered, and on Expedition Texas, we're going to find it.